So when I was watching this clip, I was like, I could do this. I could do this. Like, I can try this.
There's more beyond the reef.
All right, welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Jonathan Decker.
I'm Alan Seawright.
And this is Ana Katia. I put a little too much emphasis on the A there.
It's too much.
I was wanting to nail how to pronounce her name, and I just really forced it.
Overcorrected.
Ana Katia.
There we go, Ana Katia, who is an advocate, an author, and an actress.
So, Anna, we had you on today to talk about a movie that changed you. Which movie did you pick for us, and why?
I picked Moana.
Moana, really?
Moana, yes.
Excellent.
I love that girl. I mean, come on. The hair, amazing.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Okay, she has to go through a crazy journey just to like recognize what does she want? You know, like first it's just what do I want? But for some reason, something's calling to her and she has to answer to that. So for me in my life, doing the exact same thing as that, I felt like, Moana, I get you, girl. I know you get me. Like, this is amazing.
I love that because I feel like there are a lot of people who go through life and, not that there's anything wrong with this, but they kind of accept the villager role, right? Like, they kind of do what they're supposed to and they live a great life and have a happy family and like, that's all great. That's wonderful. And then there are people who have a calling, right? They feel the call of Tafiti or the call of being a filmmaker, which is a terrible idea. Don't do that. Be a villager. You get a better job that way.
But a desire to do something
But a desire to
great.
do something great and bigger than yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're gonna watch first Where You Are.
Oh, the song.
The song, yes.
Perfect.
The father of Moana, he's introducing Moana to their traditions and just making it very clear what Moana should be doing.
Let's roll that clip.
You are the next great chief of our people.
It's starting with her family. I love that this culture and family is huge.
Yeah.
Moana already knows this. She knows the people, she knows what she's supposed to be doing.
Yeah. That's what makes it so hard to separate and to do your own thing is you love your family, and if this tract is tied to your family, then it feels like a potential betrayal of where you come from to follow your own heart.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
This tradition is our mission, and Moana, there's so much to do. Don't trip.
He's got that look on his face, like, oh, she drew that.
Oh, gotta have the chicken.
We joke and we weave our blood.
Clucked by Alan Tudyk.
Yep.
I went to Julia.
Come back from the sea. Don't walk away.
What's interesting, it's these little things that make the tradition too. If you look at it, you know, there's like the coconut, the weaving baskets and everything. I don't know, sometimes like we might think it's the big things, but it's the little things that make tradition too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's hard to not pull away from that.
Yeah.
That's what she's used to.
Yeah.
You know, she's waking up to this all the time.
And it's cultural indoctrination, which has a negative connotation for a lot of people, but like all families raise their kids a certain way and teach them their values and but from a baby she wants that ocean.
Yes.
And who can blame her? Look at it, it's gorgeous.
I know, what's out there? I want to know what's out there.
I frankly don't understand why we don't all just live in Polynesia.
Yeah.
It's better there.
Probably because we would ruin it.
We would immediately ruin it. You're right.
So it's better for them that we don't.
So she's wondering, she's looking out there. I want to point out here, oh man, her grandmother, she has this energy. She is the light of this town, but yet she's a little pushed away because even her grandma is deciding something else, but she's gonna tell Moana something special. She's gonna tell something about her, something in her, and I love that.
A voice inside, and if the voice starts to whisper to follow the farthest star, Moana, that voice inside is who you are.
Well, it's interesting because she's telling her go pursue your passion, but she's also reinforcing, you know, the cultural indoctrination. She's teaching her the traditional dances. She's, you know.
Well, and I see that as we can honor where we come from while still finding our own path ahead. Because where we come from is where we come from. It'll always be part of us. It'll always, and how we forge ahead, we carry it with us everywhere.
Absolutely, and it's beautiful.
A place of chiefs. There will come a time when you will stand on this.
What he's telling her now to him is sacred. You know, he's sharing the most sacred thing with her.
I did, like my father did, and his father.
And it's really hard for
every
parents
chief that has
sometimes
ever
to
been.
say, what's
And on
sacred to
that-
me needs to be sacred to you, right? The choices I make. So my father is an attorney. My brother is an attorney. My uncle is an attorney. My cousins, circus performers. No, they're attorneys.
Oh man, you threw me.
No, all attorneys.
Okay.
And I became a family therapist. And when I was thinking of becoming a counselor, right, and I was studying psychology, and my dad says, "Have you considered law?" And I remember saying, and I love my dad. The same way, you know, this relationship is very similar. And I'm like, "Dad, do you even know me? Like, it's not in my heart to be an attorney." And you know, we all have to forge our own way, but we can do it if the people who are supporting us are too rigid. Then, in order to forge our own way, like we either have to break free completely of them, or we align ourselves with them, because that's what happens with rigidity. You fall in line, or you break completely free, and that destroys relationships. I love the arc of this, where ultimately she does her own thing, and he says,
It suits you.
I think that's beautiful.
I feel like there's like this toss between I feel proud of you, you're part of the family, and also you better do it.
Don't disappoint us.
Yeah.
Don't disappoint us, right?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
like Fiddler on the Roof in a way.
Tradition!
Tradition. Right?
yeah.
It's all about like this is who you're supposed to be.
Well, and he wants Moana to grow up and become the chief and stay in the village and be the chief the exact same way I was the chief.
This is a sacred place, a place of chiefs. There will come a time when you will stand on this peak and place a stone on this mountain.
And I think one of the reasons that he says it suits you is he realizes that she is a chief. She's become a leader of her people, but she's not a chief in a village. She's a navigator, right?
Yeah.
She's sailing across the oceans with all of the people who are going with her. And so it's a different version. Like, he taught her to be this kind of thing, and she took everything she could from that and became a different type of thing. And he was big enough to realize, oh, this is good.
So here we're going to be diving into this clip that starts with the song How Far It Goes.
Oh, right.
And
The I Want song, right?
Every Disney princess has an I Want song.
yeah.
You know, including Vanellope.
Arguably the best I Want song of all time. So good. All right, let's roll it.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish
Standing at the edge is kind of like being on the fence, right?
Yeah.
would I come back to the water.
I think we all have these decisions of things we want to do, and then fear pulls us back, other people pull us back, but we keep coming back to it.
I track every path I make.
Does she want to do this? She's going up against it over and over, just like the tides. It's her tides. Do I want to go? I know I need to go. I can hear it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try it.
I like that it's her tides, like they keep pushing her back. Yeah.
Yeah. But how far does that go? I mean, you can see and hear that there's this struggle. What's gonna happen? Am I gonna get hurt? Can I accomplish it? Very
Yeah.
real.
Well, and that's the sort of difficult thing about pursuing your dream ever, right? Like if you're in a life that you know and understand, like you're in a village and you know the borders of the village and you're comfortable there and everything makes sense and it's easy. And when you're looking at the unending ocean, it's like, where does it go? I have no idea.
Yes.
Well, And what to the other villagers is happiness and peace and contentment, to her is mediocrity. And that's not saying one is true and one is wrong, it's just different strokes for different folks, right?
Sings a different song. What is wrong with me?
But doing something different is hard and uncomfortable.
It is. There's a story that we tell ourselves. Sometimes we're telling ourselves a good story and not a good story. If you hear, she just said, what is wrong with me? And it kind of pulls me back to say, do we always have to say there's something wrong if we want something different?
Yeah.
Right.
It's okay to have something different or desire something different, and it doesn't necessarily have to be wrong.
Right.
Well, the belief that it's wrong is fed to us, right?
Exactly.
By
Tradition.
by tradition, by oftentimes well-meaning people.
Yeah.
But my wife likes to say that we have our passions for a reason. Like the thing that you really care about, that you keep coming back to, it's your way of doing good in the world and making a difference.
How far I'll go.
I like when she's on top of the mountain and she looks at the ocean and she sees it and she just smiles. Like, I think that's how you know you found kind of like what Alan and I are doing. Every time I think about it, I just get really excited and happy. You know? And I don't know what it is about the merging of cinema and therapy, but it's just such a delicious little cocktail for me that every time I think about it, I do what Moana does and I just smile and I'm like, okay, well, that's how I know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your calling, man.
It's our calling, bro.
When I hear the song Moana is singing and I look at her and think, wow, like she's gonna do this. Like, can I do that? And what I've done, actually, even with being a speaker and author, I hadn't done yet. So when I was watching this clip, I was like, I could do this. I could do this. Like, I can
Yeah.
try this.
So you
Yeah.
watch Moana and you're like, why shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I've got the hair, you know?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I love about this too is, you know, she sings the I Want song and she gets on the boat and she's off, right? She's gonna win. And she gets out to the reef and immediately just wipes out.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know if that's happened to you. For me, my ocean has been filmmaking. I love telling stories in cinema. And the number of times I've made it out to the reef and just been completely wiped out by waves is all of them. It's all of the times. You know, judging success is a hard thing, right? Like, how do you measure your success as a person? Like, the thing that makes achievement worthwhile to me is the struggle. The thing that makes life worthwhile is the struggle. Like, if everything was just easy, it wouldn't have any meaning. If she gets out and just sails around beyond the reef and she's like, yeah, it's fine out here.
Yeah.
There's no movie.
I was gonna
Right.
say,
What's
are we
the
gonna even
story?
have a movie? Because it's just
Yeah.
gonna keep going and yeah.
Yeah, and that's also not how life works. You don't try something and it's immediately you're great at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why the great stories resonate, right? Is because we try, we fail, we adjust, we grow in virtue, we grow in strength, we become different people. I mean, that's why character arcs are so essential for good storytelling, is because when we watch films, we're trying to vicariously experience something without having to go through the hardship ourselves, because the fact is we got plenty of hardship already. And we can learn something that we can apply to our real lives.
Yeah, and I have to say, watching this at the time before I had accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, I feel like, yes, there's that temptation to say like, okay, she did it, at least I'm watching it, at least I hope for it, that's good enough.
Yeah.
But we know, even watching films, even being inspired by things, it's not good enough.
Right.
We need to go for it,
Yeah.
even if it's gonna scare the living crap out of us, but
Yeah.
we gotta do it.
But failure is a label, right? Like there's failure as, it's a double adjective, right? But one is talking about a person, one's talking about an experience or behavior, right? And failing, we all fail. You know, it is impossible to succeed without failing. That is where we learn, that is where we grow. And like you were talking, Alan, there's no story if she gets over the reef and is smooth sailing. There's also no story if the reef pushes her back and she says, well, never mind, right? And so it is through our failures that we succeed. It is through our failures that we triumph. It is through our failures that we find ourselves. And that's my big takeaway from your story. 14 Days is the book. available on Anna's website, which we are going to put down there in the linky linkies. Also in the linky linkies, if you want to buy or rent Moana, it's down there. If you want to meet with me for a 15-minute consultation.
If you want Jono to stop saying linky linky, let us know on social media at therapy_cinema on Twitter and Instagram. You can look us up on Facebook as well. Anna, do you have any social media you would like to share?
Yes, I would love if people can come and just visit Adopted for Change. Adopted for Change is going to be able to explain kind of the gist of my story and everything on Facebook. Ana Katia at Adopted for Change. That's 4, number 4.
Anna for Katia.
4, and Instagram, Ana Katia Adopted for Change. Or you can go to adoptedforchange.com.
All right. Check those out. Check us out. Check her out. Check me out.
Until next time, befriend pigs, keep those chickens safe from demigods, and watch movies.
Way across the world, they call me. I've delivered us to where we are. I have journeyed farther. I am everything